Love existence and feel it loving you. Existence is not a thing. It is a living energy being. Every single tree, every single stalk of a plant responds to your love and hate, your every thought. Cleve Baxter, a polygraph expert, has conducted several experiments to examine the response of plants to human emotions and thoughts. He discovered that plants would respond to human thought in a way similar to how a human being would respond. A simple thought by a person about burning the leaves of the plant would register erratic movement in the polygraph recording of the plant. Baxter called this response primary perception, the ability of plant, animal, and human cells to perceive and respond to any thought. On one occasion, Baxter recorded graphs that registered a flat line that suggested the plants were in a state of shock. He asked the owner of the plant if she had done anything to hurt the plants. The lady told him, "I roasted a few of its leaves to get their dry weight." When you start loving existence, it begins responding to you in beautiful ways. You start rising above all of the differences around you. Differences between people, situations, emotions, between anything and anything. Everything merges into unity, and that is the truth. Everything is part of one whole, and love is the only thing that can make you realize this truth. In India, there is a tradition of spiritual wandering where people walk by foot the length and breadth of the country, visiting many temples and pilgrim centers. I used to wonder how they were able to do that, especially going through forests, sleeping with wild animals, and begging for food. The secret is that they start feeling connected with nature so completely that nature protects them beautifully. Whether it rains or shines, the animals and trees, everything takes care of them. Even though this may be logically difficult to understand, it is the truth. If you begin to live with a little respect and love for existence and all its creations, you will be able to recognize these things happening in your own life as well. Nature will simply reciprocate your love in many beautiful ways. Love is different from respect. Very often, love is confused with respect. From a young age, children are brought up to always show respect but never to show love. You can hear people teach the children, "You should respect your elders." You will hardly hear, "You should love your elders." That is the problem. Respect sows the first guilt in you that you are something inferior. It makes you feel separate from the other person to whom you show respect. On the other hand, love sows the seeds of joy and unity in you. It makes you feel connected with the other person and with everything in existence. With respect, there is fear. With love, there is authentic respect as well as the scope for deep understanding to happen. With respect alone, not much understanding is possible. With love, there is a possibility for tremendous understanding and transformation to happen. Love, by its very nature, is transforming. It softens and melts you. The scholar Professor Nicholson composed a Sufi verse on love. Love, love alone can kill what seemed dead. The frozen snake of passion. Love alone, by tearful prayers and fiery longing fed, reveals a knowledge schools have never known. Any stone heart can be melted with love. Only love can melt your hardness. Only love can keep you porous. Respect creates distance between you and the other. Love bridges the distance between you and the other. Only because people themselves have not experienced love do they give respect as the rule of acceptable behavior. Respect is easier but not real. Love might be difficult only because not many know how to go about it, but it is real. With love, respect is automatic and authentic. With pure respect, the appearance of love is forced and may never be authentic. Love is the root of all religion. Love is the original religion. It is the root of all spirituality. All other religions are offshoots. Love is like the root of the tree, and all religions are like leaves or branches. Even the greatest religions are only big branches compared to the religion of love. Love has no temple or scripture. It is like the roots that lie beneath the ground but provide the nourishment for life. Without it, the whole tree dies. Through love, many branches and leaves are created. But what do? We cling to the branches and leaves instead of clinging to the root. When we cling to the root, we get the direct nourishment. When we cling to the branches, we enjoy only one dimension of the nourishment. When you become more loving, you will enter the invisible temple of love. Tree roots contain the information about all the trees in this world, just like a dewdrop contains information about all the oceans in the world. If we understand the structure of a drop of water, we will understand everything about all the oceans on Earth. We will understand the compound called water itself. Water anywhere cannot be anything other than its chemical composition. That composition is ingrained in the smallest particle, and that is the dewdrop. In the same way, man is an atom of love. And love is nothing but the quality of existence. If love is known, the whole of existence can be experienced. Understand that the composition of man is not physical, chemical, or even psychological. It is spiritual. Nobody can teach us what it is. We must experience it on our own. All other knowledge is transferable: physical, chemical, scientific, and psychological. All such knowledge is easily transferable. Only spiritual knowledge is not. It cannot be taught as such, but it can be experienced. A small story. One day, a master asked his disciples how they could tell when the night had ended and the day had begun. One of them said, "When you can look in the distance and tell whether the animal is a cow or a horse." The master said, "No." Another disciple said, "When you can look at a tree in the distance and tell if it is a pine tree or a mango tree." The master again said, "No." They asked the master, "Then what is it, master?" The master replied, "When you can look into the face of any man and recognize your brother in him, when you can look into the face of any woman and recognize your sister in her. If you cannot do this, then no matter what time of the day it is still only nighttime." The master can give a few hints, little hints here and there. Then we must find our own way carefully, cautiously. Love is just a hint, but if we follow love slowly, very slowly, we will be surprised that God becomes more and more of a reality. He is no longer just a thought, no longer simply an idea, but something that we can feel. The deeper we go into love, the closer we come to the feeling. The day we dissolve into love, we merge with unity. Love is the secret of all religions. In spite of this, people are lost in logic and theology. Theology is as far away from religion as anything can be. There can be no logic about God. There can be only love. God is in poetry. He is in music and in dance, but never in logic. God is not an idea that can be arrived at through logical processes. He is an interior experience, so deeply interior that one must go there absolutely alone to discover it. From time immemorial, the conclusion of many mystics has been that matter is glued together with love. An invisible force keeps atoms and molecules together. They do not fall apart because of this invisible force. Science has yet to discover this ultimate energy. It has detected a few of its manifestations, such as gravitation and electricity, but these are only gross manifestations. The day that science discovers love will be the day when religion and science will commune with each other in the same language. For now, just rejoice because love is possible. Be joyful that love is your inner potential. You can rise to the ultimate heights with love. Nothing is impossible with love because love can transform itself into God. 3 types of love and their integration. Many people confuse lust with love. This is one of the greatest tragedies. The person who thinks lust is love remains confined to the physical plane. He never rises higher than that. He has no idea that there is a higher plane. He remains in the basement of his house. Sex is the basement. It is not the place to live in. You can use it for other purposes, but it can't be your home. Your home is above it. Man has 3 planes of being, which are animal, human, and divine. First is the plane of lust, which is the animal plane. It is a crude form of love. It is not that love is not present there. Love is mixed or polluted by gross greed and desire. That's all. As our being becomes more refined, we enter the second plane, ordinary human love. Human love has traces of possessiveness and jealousy. Since human love is grounded in greater understanding than animal love, one does not simply use the other person for his or her own gain. Human love is capable of seeing the other as an end unto itself. The third type of love is divine love. It is love in its highest form. Almost like a prayer, there is no possessiveness. There is nothing earthly in it. It becomes an invisible but powerful force. This is when love becomes prayer, and we feel restful contentment for the first time. I say restful because the other 2 types of love always keep reaching for more or keep missing something. There is no restfulness in them. When the third type of love happens, even sex becomes a deep and divine act beyond mere physical pleasure. In India, people consider the place where 3 rivers meet to be sacred. It is a metaphor because man is a meeting place of 3 forces: physical, psychological, and spiritual. When these 3 forces really meet, there is great joy and bliss. Ordinarily, we live in compartments. Our body lives in one compartment, our mind lives in another, and our soul lives in a third compartment. The body is unaware of the mind. The mind is unaware of the body. The soul is not known to the mind. The body is oblivious of the soul. They are together, but they don't know each other. The first step of meditation is to bring them closer together, to introduce them to each other, and link them in a deep friendship so that a merger becomes possible. When all 3 dimensions merge into one point, the 4th dimension is born. Out of the meeting of the 3, the 4th is born. That 4th is God, or existence, or divinity, or whatever you wish to call it. The whole work of spirituality is to create an alchemy in which the body melts into the mind melts into the soul melts into the mind, and the mind melts into the body. By and by, slowly, very slowly, they become one integrated phenomenon. Love is the outcome of it.